Hey everyone, my name is Mac Murdoch here with OPT, and today we have something really special for you. But first, before we get started, if you guys like the content we've been putting out and you want to be kept updated with all the gear reviews and astrophotography tutorials and OPT announcements, remember to subscribe to the channel, click the bell for notifications so you know whenever we come out with another video. And don't forget to smash the like button, it really does help with the channel and helps bring knowledge of space to more people. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's dive on in. We started Radian to solve the problems that every astrophotographer has, like saving a third of the time shooting narrowband, combining 4 premium filters into one, thus creating the Triad Ultra Filter. And the universal dovetail fits any telescope with any set of rings, no matter what threads or size and mounting orientation. And now comes the Radian Raptor 61 Triplet Refractor Telescope. One package that gives you everything that you need to create the perfect image. No guessing what flattener, reducer, backspacing, focuser, or even the rings you need. Let's take a look inside this epic experience to see everything that you get with your Radian Raptor and how to use it. Once you get your package, you're going to find this custom beautiful black box with a quote from our dear friend Trevor Jones from Astro Backyard for those who collect light in the dark. Inside the box, you're going to find your new Radian padded camera bag for transporting your telescope, camera, and any other equipment. A pocket on the outside for holding your cables, Bahtinov mask, and other accessories. And on the inside, you have your scope and a bunch of other fun items. First, we will start with the sleeve. Here is where you can fit your laptop, iPad, instructional booklets, sky map, or anything flat that you want to put inside. You can also lock it down with the Velcro strap to make sure that it's secure. Inside, we've included this 2021 Lunar Magnetic Calendar to show you the darkest nights and when to image. Also in here, you're going to find yourself a Radian vinyl sticker. You can peel it and stick it on anything. On the main part of the backpack, you're going to find that everything has Velcro padded dividers that you can take off and rearrange any way that you like. On the top part of the scope, you're going to find this top quality Radian Telescopes microfiber cloth. It's for cleaning your telescope, your lens, anything else that you might need to clean. In this pocket, you're also going to see a discount card giving you $20 off your next Radian product. This is a great way to save you some money on the Triad Ultra Filter, tripod, both which work perfectly for this telescope. On the back, you're going to see this QR code that will take you to the Raptor Rundown page, which includes this video and other resources for your Radian Raptor 61. In the same compartment, there's going to be a box holding the brand new 2020 lightweight 6.5-inch Radian Universal Dovetail, which comes with multiple mounting options. Also, we've included 1/4-inch 20 screws and M6-1 screws. We've included both metric and imperial for your convenience. If you prefer not to use the Universal Dovetail, we've also included this Vixen style plate in this compartment. If you look inside the bag of the Vixen plate, you'll also see a smaller bag with a screw inside for the focuser. Keep that in mind because we're going to get to it later. We've also included a cap that goes on the inside of the telescope to protect one of its inner lenses, but we'll get to that again in a moment. Next, we have one of the most innovative things produced by Radian, the rings. These flip-lock Radian rings come in their own separate airtight bag to make sure that they don't scratch on their way over to you. When you open up the bag, you might be confused which way is up. The best part is there is no up. You can mount something from every direction on these rings. You can have a guide scope here, a red dot finder here, a laser here, maybe an ASI or power box here. The possibilities are endless. Also, just like our Radian Dovetail, it also has imperial and metric screws. These rings also have carefully crafted holes on 4 of its 6 edges, allowing you to thread your cables through, keeping them attached to your scope. This minimizes cable snag and gives you a more organized look. Now, before we get to the telescope itself, let's touch upon 2 of our killer upgrades we highly recommend. The first is this visual back piece that allows you to use your telescope as a visual scope with an eyepiece, or remove the reducer to turn it into a pretty wicked guide scope. The next upgrade that I highly recommend will always give you pinpoint stars throughout the night. It's our factory-tuned Radian electronic focuser. We partnered with Optech, one of the best in the biz, who are producing the highest precision astronomy equipment on the market. That way, we know that you're getting the best quality. The Radian focuser is super lightweight, No hub or bulky focus control box is required. It's Radian Raptor ready. Just perform the 5-minute easy installation, which we'll show in a separate video. Give it power, connect it to your computer, download the driver, and you're ready to rock. The electronic focuser will take away from all the guessing where the perfect focus is and refocus itself automatically throughout the night if you want it to. Keep in mind, it does need a computer or external program to run it. Also, we're giving away a full 25 by 30 Radian Raptor anatomy schematic poster while supplies last. All right, now for the main event. This is the Radian Raptor 61 triplet refractor. This telescope has 61 millimeters of aperture with 275 millimeters of focal length and a super fast 4.5 f ratio, allowing you to capture light so much faster than most scopes on the market. We made sure that we had the most premium glass that we could find to give you the best color correction and contrast in your image. This is also built with a full frame image circle, so any camera with a full frame sensor or smaller works perfectly. This Radian Raptor weighs only 4 pounds, which makes it perfect for portable star trackers as well. Inside is a built-in but removable match flattener with a 0.83 reducer. One of the struggles astrophotographers go through is finding the perfect flattener and reducer that ensures you have the perfect stars from corner to corner. We made sure that you don't need to go on the hunt, and every order comes with the perfect combination right out of the box. We've included a dual-speed fine action focuser. This knob is for large coarse adjustments, and this knob is for finer adjustments. Now this part's pretty cool. Let's say you shoot with a color camera and you use a specific filter on your shots, like let's say the Triad Ultra filter. We have a built-in filter vault. If you carefully unscrew the backspacing section, we have threads on the inside for a 2-inch filter. Just screw in your filter and put back the backspacing section. Now, something about the back focus section that you should know is that it's exactly 55 millimeters, which is perfect for ZWO, DSLR, and mirrorless cameras. There's no need to look for the perfect spacings because, well, we did it for you. On the back here, we have M48 size threading. If you have an M48 T-ring, it will screw right on. At that point, you hook up your camera, focus, and fire away. You might need to loosen or tighten these screws just a tad to get the right tension. Now, that's not the only thing that rotates. The whole focuser can rotate as well. We'll get to why that might be useful later. This scope also comes with both a back cap, a lens cap, and a retractable dew shield. If you're looking for a dew heater, you're gonna need one that's around 3 inches. And finally, if you're looking to use this as a visual scope or to use it as a guide scope, take off the backspacing, expose the flattener reducer, look in the camera bag for the cap, cap the lens, remove the reducer by unscrewing it and replacing it with the visual back. All right, well, let's set up the scope and get ready for a wicked night of imaging under the stars. The first thing you want to do is take the rings out of the plastic bag and the dovetail out of the box. What I like to do is first put the rings on the telescope with the dew shield fully extended without locking them down. The wider they are, the more stability you get. You can pick any orientation of the rings as long as the latch is accessible and the flat side is down. Once you figured out how you want it, move the holes so that they line up with the holes in the dovetail, screw them in, and lock down the rings. These rings have a safety on it, so just in case you accidentally unlatch the ring, the telescope inside won't open unless you unlatch it yourself. If you have a power box or anything that uses cables, be aware, before you lock the rings down, you can place the cables in the cutouts within the rings and then keep them tightly attached to your scope. This minimizes cable snags and helps dramatically with cable management. Like I mentioned earlier, the focuser rotates, and this is because depending on the gear that you have on the back, you might need to move the focuser out of the way to move the dovetail back and get a nice balance to counteract the setup being too back heavy. You can also use things like risers, but we don't recommend it because it introduces things like flexure, which can affect your image in a negative way. Look in the camera bag for the included focus lock screw and screw that in right here. This is going to adjust the tension of your focuser and lock it down once you find the perfect focus. I love using my Radian Triad Ultra filter, so I'm going to install that right now into the filter vault by unscrewing the back spacing section and screwing in my 2-inch filter into the threads on the inside, and then screwing this back on the back end. Finally, it's time to attach my camera. For a DSLR or mirrorless, just make sure that you buy the right T-ring for your personal brand of camera with an M48 thread. First, unscrew the back cap, thread the T-ring onto the back of the telescope, and then finally, attach your camera. For dedicated Astro cameras, just make sure that you have the right M48 adapter and then you're ready to rock. Most ZWO Pro cameras come with the right adapter, so don't forget to check your ZWO box. Now that we're all set up, let's go take it out, mount it, and make some magic. If you guys like this Raptor rundown, give it a like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. If you post up images using your Radian Raptor, tag us and use the hashtags Radian Telescopes, Radian61, and OP-Team. We would love to share them. My name is Mac Murdoch with OPT and Radian Telescopes, and this telescope is for those who collect light in the dark. Clear skies.